So like in the last video I was talking about generic types, what are generic types and how we can use it. So here like I explained about this with this and with an example. Suppose ignore this two things like extension object. Okay, without those things, what are we getting? And because we are using here this merge option. Okay, this merge that is a predefined like um, thing in JavaScript, and assign operator is also predefined in JavaScript. So we are merging two objects and then printing out their like what is it, their union. We are printing out their union. So for that, to store like different types of data in our object, like uh, we have to like predefine our generic types that we defined here as like it they should extend to an object. They should be an object only. They should not be like any other different kind of type or anything else. They should store only object data here, because here we are merging it. And for that, uh, we our output is to like get the merged object from both the objects. Okay, with the help of generic types. So here, since I'm not using this extends to object here, we are getting an error here. What is the error? It is saying that this type parameter might need an extends constraint. Okay, it is telling that it should like create a it should have an extends constraint. So I will just add them. So after that, what will happen? We can see that like our error is gone from here. And then when we will run this, what will happen? What happen is like tsc next HTML with live server. You can see our object is like printed out with age 30 and hobbies and name. So we get the n% of the of that of our object, of both the objects. Okay, so coming to our like generic types again. Suppose if instead of this object here we are storing like a normal like just integer like 30, so it will give us an error because an argument of type number is not assignable to a parameter of type object. Here it is clearly shown that like this type of issues can be avoided by using this mm, extends to object keyword, so that it it can easily define that our generic type is storing an object and it should return an object only. So I think this is what about generic types is this that is the basic that we all need to know. Now coming to the next thing, that is decorators. So what are decorators? What are their types? How are they used in TypeScript? What are their importance and how can we use them in our code? I'll be telling you all of that. So now coming to decorators. Before that, it is like another example of using um, generic type here. So this is, you can see that. And then now coming to our decorators, where are they? Hmm. Yeah. So here you can see mm, my at the rate of logger. This is my decorator. So what are decorators? So like in TypeScript, there are special kind of there are special kind of declarations that can be attached to classes, methods, properties, or parameters. So like decorators are the like we can use their special kind of declaration that we can attach to class, methods, properties, functions, and other types of any type of like functionality in TypeScript to make our code easier, make it more flexible. Okay, it will give us more flexibility to use different kind of like functionalities with different kind of functions or objects. So now, so like they are also like decorators, like they are functions that are that are prefixed with an at the rate of symbol, like here in logger I have used at the rate of symbol, and they can be used to modify or enhance the behavior of classes and their members. Okay, so here you can see I have defined a class here, and it helps like to modify or like use different features with this and enhance like a return value. Okay, so I'll be showing you this example now. Here I have created my function logger. Okay, and suppose just ignore this uh, argument for a while, and then paste it here and do this and this also. So what is happening here now? When I hover over my logger accepts too few arguments to be used decorator. Here did you mean to call it first and write logger? So what here happening is like we are calling our logger decorator here, but it should contain an argument also. Here we have declared a function logger without an argument, but decorator should need an argument, because then only it will ease our work, and like the functionality that we want to use, it will be fulfilled. So because other than that, we what is the use of using this the decorator? So I will just uncomment both of these things, and then I will add them back. Okay, so here what I have done is I'm calling this constructor function, which is basically a target function, what we want to target here. Okay, so here we are calling this function like this constructor parameter only, that is our argument which is stored here. So what will happen is like in decorator like arguments are printed first, because no, sorry, that I was right. The decorator arguments are printed first because like decorators execute when your class is defined, and not when it is in what was it, inst instantiated instantiated, like you get the meaning, like before, like mm, the decorators execute first, and after that only like mm, a decorator execute when my class is defined, and not when it is initiated. Okay, so firstly, when I call this logger function, like logger decorator here, uh, this is my class. Okay, so before that, when I call this, my this will go here and it will call my constructor function here. Okay, okay, and then it will print, firstly print this logging, and then my constructor function, which will be called, whose value will be stored in like this value will be stored here. So after that, this name and this creating person object will be printed from here. Okay, so let me print it. TSC. Okay, and then the next HTML, open with listener, right click, inspect, console. You can see clearly see that logging is printed first, and then like our person class is printed. Inside this our constructor is also there, sorry. constructed also there, then this name max, and then console log tt person object, and after that only this creating person object is printed, and then my person class, like the normal other class code is printed. So before that, before this execution of this was executed. Okay, so like this is how we can use decorators to enhance our code performance and modify it. It will give us flexibility, and also we can do meta programming with it. So now I will show you another example as well. Yeah, so um this is, I will show you this in this thing only. Hmm. So like we can also define decorators in other ways, like a decorator factory. Now what is a decorator factory? Factory basically returns a decorator function, but allow us to configure it when we assign it as a decorator to something. Okay, so it sounds a little bit like uh, confusing, but I will show you with an example here. Suppose I'm not passing this function here. Okay, I'm just sorry, this argument here, I'm just keeping it blank, and then I'm entering, and then I'm returning a function that is I declared before, yeah, copied from above. After this, hmm, this why it is giving me error, expected this. Okay, this should not come, but I will like so what I have done it what I have done is that I have written a function, okay, inside a function. So here I have like created a decorator factory, and then what I am doing here, this is showing me error that logger accept too few argument. I am not like I have not given any argument here in logger, suppose, so that's why it is giving. So when I call this logger as a function, this logger decorator as a function, what will happen is like this will be called here, and after this that this will be returned. Okay, this thing will be returned. So what we can do is like we can um, give here an argument, and then we can print this that argument, store the value of that argument here, and then print it inside our this return function. So suppose logging screen, this is my argument I'm passing here, and then here I'm storing this log screen as an string. See, here is there is no error coming, and then this log screen will be console.log log screen. Okay, so what I have done is that I have like passed an argument here, okay, which will be storing in this log screen, and when this return function will be executed, it will like give us this thing also, this argument also. So this is how we can also use like decorator as a decorator factory. So suppose when I run this, Hmm. You can see a logging person is printed first. So that is what we have stored, like we have passed it as an argument, and it got printed first. Okay, so when this logger function was called, this argument my print was printed firstly, and then after that like our class function is shown with the constructor, and inside it the values, and then after that this normal class is called like creating person object, and then the person object is there with age. So this is how we can use decorators as an decorator factory. Okay, so now, okay, so I have this another example that is very important in decorator, because it this concept is used in Angular also. That is the thing that I want to learn next. So these decorators are very important for me to like learn wisely, because in Angular their use is very much, and they are very helpful in Angular as well. So what I have done is, this is my first logger, sorry, my first decorator, and then here I have declared another, I have made another function with template. mm, Inside I have given two parameters, two values. Firstly, template name string and hook id. A template that should be a string, and hook id that should also be a string. Inside this I have written my real, like real decorator, as we seen in the last topic. Like these are the decorator factories that we use to return a function. Okay, and we can modify it as per we want. So here I am returning a function constructor that should be of any type, and then a constant hook e1 equals to document dot get element by id, and then I'm calling hook id here. Okay, and then const equals to new constructor. What is this? This is what is happening here. Okay, here I have like called my with template decorator, and inside this firstly I'm passing this string, that is h1 tag enclosed in my person object, enclosed in h1 tags. Okay, so it is a heading, and then second argument is app. Okay, app is the hook id, and then this is the template which I want to like run in my html. So I am just doing that only. Like this is my uh, hook id that is getting connected to my html. Here here it is like using this dom that is used in javascript. Now here I am declaring const equals to new constructor. So this new constructor, when it is called, like it will take this value, my person object value, and it will return it. So if here I am condition giving a condition as well, like if hook e1 is present, then hook e1 dot inner html equals to template, and okay, here it is, like it should be template, and hook e1 dot query selector h1, and then this exclamatory sign dot text content equals to p dot name. This is proper javascript format. So what I have done here is like I want to add a template like this, my heading inside my like HTML thing, like in HTML website, and this is what the other developers can do. Like this is our with template. What is with template? With template is a type of decorator that we will that I have created, and now the other developers can use this like a library and import this. So this is what happens in like Angular. Suppose when I go to Google, decorators. What is happening here? So suppose, yeah, here I'm calling a component decorator here. It is a predefined decorator in Angular, and then it is firstly selecting this, and it is like printing a template here. So similarly, similar kind of thing we have done here with template. Okay, we are returning a decorator with a similar template and hook ID, and then when we will print this, and it also give, like, this is what is called meta programming is. Okay, it gives us a flexibility and ease to use like a decorator. It is like a template uh, that we can use, and it will ease up our things and make it more flexible. So now when we run this integrated terminal tsc, okay, here I have also added this id app to connect it with live server. Yeah, we can see max is printed here in bold. So what happened is, like, this name max, okay, this is written there. Why it is written there? Because of this constructor thing, this const new constructor. If I remove this and remove this as well, okay, then what will be printed? This my person object, it will be printed there. But if but I wanted to print my name there, so that's why I use this new constructor there. So that's how we can use this in, like, decorators, and this can also be used in Angular as well. So it is a very important thing for Angular. So now the next things I will be talking about in the next video. Thank you, sir.